Okay, we've got a little bit of a different video for you guys today, hopefully quite a fun one. We'll be taking a look at 15 plus players in Football Manager under the age of 21 who are the sons of former footballing stars. Some of these are very surprising and I'm sure you guys will think the same. Some of the players are amazing, some of them are really not that good at all, but we're going to take a look at them anyway. If you do enjoy the video, smash the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll also leave a link in the description for a list of way more than the ones I'm going to cover here. I'll be doing 15 or so. But there's 30 plus players in that list and it can make a really good story in FM if you sign some of these and make them anywhere near as good as their parents were. Shaquille Van Percy is probably the GOAT of all of these sons of players in FM24. He is one of the most promising Wonderkids in the game, a striker just like his dad. You can find him playing out for Feyenoord at the age of 16 with great potential and great ability straight away. Yes, he will cost quite a lot, but he is an absolute gem and he's got a cool name to go alongside it as well. So Shaquille Van Percy, he is one of the best in this list. They're not all going to be as good as him. If you haven't checked him out yet, make sure you do. Our second player is also super well known, but you might not have seen him in Football Manager. It's Brentford's under 21 player, Romeo Beckham. Of course, the son of David Beckham. In all honesty, his attributes aren't amazing straight away. At most, if we're using the English divisions, I would class him as, say, a League 2 level player, so 4th division. Even there, is he really going to be good enough? That's a question for you guys to answer. Valued at about 100k. If you want to sign David Beckham's son, here he is. It was only a year or two ago Zlatan was scoring for AC Milan and now his son is playing for them as a 16-year-old. It's Maximilian Ibrahimovic, of course the son of the great Swedish player Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan's gone as far as putting his own name as his son's middle name. But if you want to, for £20,000 or so, you can pick up this young Swede who, let's be honest, is never going to turn out as good as his dad in Football Manager, but who knows, could be a fun little player to try and get. I'm not suggesting you sign any of these guys, by the way. Now this one I love. I had no clue about this one. It doesn't even say that the certain footballer that is his dad in Football Manager. He doesn't appear there. He's suggested as a similar player to Rafinha. He's a Brazilian playing for Barcelona who can play on the wing, has quite a bit of flair and a lot of natural ability straight away, valued at about £30,000. Take a look at his face. Can you guess who it is yet? This is João Mendes, who this list that I was given has told me his dad is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, the great Brazilian trickster, has got a son playing for Barcelona, and you can kind of see it when you look at the face. If it isn't his son, it certainly looks a hell of a lot like him. Not necessarily an amazing talent, but nowhere near as bad as some of the other players on this list, and of course he's not going to be because he is playing in Barcelona's youth teams. If you're after a goal-scoring midfielder, then go to Ajax and check out the 17-year-old Damien van der Vaart. He's of course a son of Rafael van der Vaart. He's wearing the number 90 shirt. He's also put his own name in his son's middle name, and actually in terms of ability, Damien here doesn't really have that much going for him. He's a good finisher with some nice decision making, but one strength at 5'6". I mean, he's not really a great player, is he? But he is the son of a famous footballer, so he makes this list. Robbie Savage has got a son by the name of Charlie Savage, formerly of Manchester United, if I remember correctly. Yes, he was. Went out on loan to Forest Green, has now found himself on a permanent deal at Reading after his contract expired at United. Easily good enough for the Championship at full growth, so definitely worth scouting, and for about £1.5 million, he could be worth going for. Chelsea legend Ida Gudjohnsen has some children in the game as well, of many ages. We're only focusing on the players under 21 here, by the way, so I'm very aware there are other players that are sons of footballers that are a little bit older. We're taking a look at 21-year-old Andre Lucas Gudjohnsen. He's on loan currently at Lyngby BK. He also has a bunch of other players, all of which are strikers. Ida Gudjohnsen is of course the dad, but we've got Sven Aaron Gudjohnsen here, who's a striker. Daniel Gudjohnsen, also a striker. Clearly Ida Gudjohnsen has got some good genes, and actually Andre Lucas Gudjohnsen has got a lot going for him. I believe he was playing for Real Madrid at some point. Yes, he was. Got let go on a free, ended up in the Swedish divisions, now on loan in the Danish divisions. But yes, 15 strength, 6'2". If you're looking for a good cheap target forward to play at a lower level, then Gudjohnsen could be a good pick. One of the highest ability players in this list though is the son of Fernando Rodondo. It is Federico Rodondo. He's amazing and he's wanted by a lot of clubs in real life too, I'm led to believe. 6'2", playing for Argentinius Juniors, 20 years of age. Physicals, very well rounded. Mentals and technicals, he's really gifted as well. A tough tackler who can pass with a good long shot on him as well. The perfect modern day box to box midfielder. And if you go to his information, it suggested that he could be the next Fernando Redondo. Who would have thought? Zinedine Zidane's got a few children that have played for Real Madrid in recent years. One of the most talented though is Theo Zidane, a central midfielder who can play attacking midfield just like his dad. He's 21 years of age and valued at about 500k, but at the end of his first season usually is let go on a free, and you can pick him up and actually get quite a high caliber player for absolutely nothing. I mean, physically he's 6'5" with decent attributes. The mentals and the technicals are all there. Particularly technically, he is already very gifted, so he's definitely one of the better options on this list, and you can get him for a very cheap fee too. The cheapest player on this list though is the son of Samuel Eto'o. This is Etienne Eto'o. The 20-year-old Cameroonian is playing for Spanish side Poblense, can be picked up for about £30,000 if not less here, and he's got 14 finishing, 14 first touch, decent heading. He's determined, and I'm sure he will grow in your save. Nowhere near as good as his dad, but still a handy player. Speaking of former world-class strikers, we've got Andrechevchenko's son here, Christian Shevchenko, who is playing for Watford as a 16-year-old. How he's ended up in Watford, I have no idea. If anyone knows the story of how a Ukrainian youngster ended up playing for the Watford youth teams, do let me know. But he is the son of Andre. He's valued at about 200k, but has nowhere near the talent that his dad had. And that's the same case for Clarence Seedorf's son, Denzel Seedorf, who can play midfield. But once again, he's one that doesn't have that much ability, and there's a reason Milan only value him at about £10,000. Talking about big boots to fill, Christian Totti is the son of former legendary striker Francesco Totti, of course, a Roma legend. His son is playing for a Serie A side in the under-18s of Frosinone with 15 finishing and 15 first touch. He's got some of the attributes that his dad had, but he needs a lot of work before he becomes anywhere near his level. Another top player in this list though is Ruben van Bommel, an 18-year-old playing for AZ Alkmaar with exceptional attributes really for a player his age. Valued at about 8 million, he's 6'3", can play on the left-hand side, cut in on his right and take a shot at goal. Great physically, mentally and technically. This is the son of Mark van Bommel, and he's produced a kid here that could potentially go very, very far in his career. I'm sure it won't be long before he's breaking into that AZ Alkmaar team and making a name for himself. One of the best players in this list though is Archie Gray, the son of former footballer Andy Gray. He is a £20 million midfielder playing for Leeds, who at the age of 17, 20 mil's a lot, but he's worth it, I promise you. This guy is going to go right to the very top. In most of your saves, he will be an England international. Great ability straight away with great potential, already good enough to start for Leeds in the Championship on a regular basis. Definitely one to check out and has super high potential in this year's Football Manager. Our final two players to finish off, we've got Diego Simeone's son, Giuliano Simeone. Diego's got a few sons that are playing up front for their respective sides. Giuliano here, he's an Atletico de Madrid player but is currently on loan at Alaves. He scored goals for Zaragoza in the second division, has scored 24 for Atletico's B team as well. At the age of 21, he's got a lot of potential and he's got a lot of ability straight away. Will we see him become a world-class striker? Who knows? But this year's FM has also introduced to us Shane Kluivert, who is the son of footballer Justin Kluivert. He's a Dutch 15-year-old playing for Barcelona's under-19s, valued at under 1 million on 55 quid a week. He has got great ability for such a young player, a lot of potential too, and one to check out in your save. So look, this good at 15 is amazing really, and I'm sure he will go very far in a lot of your saves should he get the chance to develop. So that's Justin Kluivert's son. That is our list of sons of former footballers. If you have enjoyed this video, smash the like button, check out the full list in the description below. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.